Cody. Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. Sorry, my dog's like growling in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear him. So let me go ahead and set up this room real quick and then we can get started. Let's see. I'll set my mics here real quick. Let's go. Yeah, sorry, my other dog, Cody, he's here in the office today. So he's a puppy, so he's been growling, playing with Kai this morning. So you might hear him in the background kind of making weird noises, but he's fine. He's just a puppy. So he makes kind of a weird gnawing or growling noises. Let me go ahead and set this room up real quick. We have about 7 minutes to market open. Got this one right here. Set this up. You guys a Zoom link as well. Get the Zoom link for you guys here in the premium. Make sure everyone makes their way in real quick. All right, I'm gonna start letting everybody in. All right, we got about 6 minutes till market open. Just looking at US 30 right now on the 1 hour, it currently has a bearish bias. Reason for that is because price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red. Looking over here at the 10-minute, we also have, I mean, it's kind of just consolidating. If you guys are looking at US 30 right now, you guys can see that it's kind of just going sideways. It hasn't really chosen a direction yet. I'm going to try and go ahead and draw my, I'm going to draw my high lows from the other sessions, and then I'm going to try to determine where price is likely to reject from. So let me go ahead and get this link sent out to the rest of the members. This is good right here. All right, looks solid. All right, so I got the links all sent out right here. I'm going to admit everybody into the room. We got about 4 minutes to market open. Going back to my analysis earlier, as I mentioned, pretty much US 30 is just consolidating. It's going sideways. I mean, the bias is somewhat for a sell, but it's not really going in direction, right? If you zoom out from here and you look at the 10-minute, 3-minute, and 1 minute, they're all just going sideways. It hasn't really gone any direction. So we don't really have a bias here on the technical side. I mean, you guys can see here clearly, right? It's just going sideways. It's going sideways on the 1 minute. It's going sideways on the 3-minute. And it's also going sideways here on the 10-minute. So it doesn't really look good at all. I mean, you know, we really don't want to trade when price is going sideways, which is kind of unusual because today's Thursday. Usually the market starts to move directional, you know, as we get closer to NFP. Let me see if there's news today. Maybe that's why. So let me check the news real quick. So there's news at 7. Okay, so yeah, Fed member Waller is speaking at 7. I think that's why the market's kind of slow right now, because a lot of people are just they're just sitting out of the market, right? Because Fed, you know, it's medium impact news. Fed Waller is going to be speaking. There was also unemployment claims that was released at 5:30 this morning. It was actually somewhat positive news, but for the most part, Fed member Waller is going to be speaking at 7 o'clock. And that's probably what's causing people not to want to trade, because when the Fed speaks, they can literally push price, in any direction. So let me go ahead and just draw my Asia highs real quick. So I think this is going to be the high. So I'm going to go ahead and draw this right there. And then this is going to be the Asia low. Going to the London high. This is going to be the London high right here. And my coder is working on the indicator right now, guys. So it should probably be done within the next week or so. If you guys are wondering, I'm creating an indicator for this to automatically plot the previous session high lows. So we got about 2 minutes till the market opens. It looks like it's starting to look bullish. So it looks bullish right here. Looking over here at fundamentals, let's check the futures data. It's currently bullish right now, up 60 points. And looking at the market sentiment, majority of market sentiment is short right now. It's 56% short. So this is this is probably what it's looking like. So since it looks bullish here, it looks bullish on the fundamental side, and the market sentiment is short. Everything's pointing towards the upside. So more likely than not, we're going to be looking for a buy here. We had about 1 minute till market open. So what I'm going to be looking for here is a possible buy. So I'm just waiting for the market to open officially, which is going to be the next candle after this one in the next 20 seconds. If we get a strong bullish candle after that, then we'll be looking for a possible buy here off the breakout. So just let's keep that in mind. Hey, morning Riga, morning Kenny, morning morning Jeff, morning Miles, morning Mark, morning Pat, Patricia, morning Peter, morning William, morning Semtex, morning Adrian, morning Kyle, morning EW, morning Matt, morning Angela, morning everybody. So yeah, look at this crazy movement right here. Damn, you see that? Price shot up like crazy and then it spiked all the way down. This is something that I might not want to trade this morning because this is way too crazy of volatility. That's crazy. It's like a 400 pip move within 2 seconds. You guys see this right here? This is such a big candle. There's like barely any body right down the middle, but it's huge wicks on both sides. So in order for me to take this, I need a really strong green candle. I need a candle that's green with little to no wick on top. Right here, there's huge wicks on both sides. So it's like, it's just looking risky right now. Hey, morning, Taryn. Morning, Steven. Morning, Essa. Morning, David. Morning, everybody. So just looking at the price right now, this thing's moving like crazy. Like the spike off this is just insane. So we're gonna wait. There's too big of a wick on top, so we're not taking that buy yet. And I'm glad we didn't, because look, there's a big spike down. So we're waiting for it right now. It's we still need that confirmation of a strong buy. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my alerts over here. Once it hits 7, I'm probably not gonna be trading anymore, because Fed member, I forgot which Fed member, but the Fed's going to be speaking at 7. So today might be a short session. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask away and I could help you guys. Damn, that would have been a nice breakout though if you guys took it. It's just too risky. So I'm probably not going to take this breakout at all, guys. This technically would have been the breakout if you guys wanted to take, a risky breakout here. Reason for that is because we had a bullish confirmation here, but I probably wouldn't have taken it because of the huge wick on top, like I mentioned before. So I'm not sure who caught it. It looks like Paul caught some of the move. He made Paul said, holy shit, took my buy off the Marabuzu and wicked off my TP, made it 1,100. So yeah, it looks like Paul took it. I didn't take it myself. I'm probably not going to take this move here if it closes right there. So maybe I'll take it for a small move. No, I'm like really, no, I'm not going to risk it, guys. Personally, I'm not going to risk it because it's just too volatile. I don't want to get caught in like any spikes in either direction. Let me check the fundamentals real quick. Fundamentals here are pretty much all green for the most part. Looking over here at the daily is up 114 points. So the bias right here is buy, but I'm not going to enter this because you guys can see what happened right there, right? Technically, you guys could have entered down here if you wanted to take the risky entry, but again, the entry probably would have been up here if you waited for that confirmation. But again, market's too volatile right now. Last thing you want to do is enter a trade, and then it just ends up spiking like massively. You can see right here, it's respecting the London high. It's that red line that we drew earlier. And it's just going to keep bouncing around that area right there. If it breaks above it, then it might keep pushing, and it did break above it. So maybe I'll take it for a small move. Let's see. All right, so I'm taking it for a smaller move. I'm just going to play around with it, see if I could catch some. So I'm already in profit slightly. Let me see if I could adjust my. So TP right here is going to be around there. I'm going to go ahead and just set a TP, but I'll close it manually if I need to. TP set at 34,957. All right, so I have a TP set right there. I got in a little early, so I got in like right over here. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens from here. Like I mentioned, this is a risky trade, so I don't recommend you guys take it. I'm kind of just playing around with it. I didn't plan on taking it. The reason why I pushed up like that was because I saw it break above the London high right here. So I anticipated it to push up a bit higher. I'm currently slightly in profit, but it is a very, very risky trade. Technically, the breakout would have been down here. So I technically would have entered a little late. So I think for me personally, I might even change my TP to something a little closer. Or what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to move my stop loss in profit. I'm going to do to prevent any risk. 34.9. I need to get time for it to push up a little bit. All right, so I move my stop loss in profit, and I'm just going to ride this thing up. So the loss is in profit. I'm going to ride this thing up. My TP is technically up there. If I get kicked out, I get kicked out. If not, I'm already stop losses in profit, so it doesn't matter to me. So there are two different entry points here that you could have made taking the breakout. 30 breakout. This is going to be number 2. I'm going to mark this as number 2 so that we can confirm the two different areas that could have hit. So that would have been number 2. This technically would have been number 1. Depending on, so full TP would have hit right there. My full TP. So that TP would have hit right there if you guys took the first one. And I'm currently trying to reach for the second TP up here. Yeah. I'm currently pushing for this one up here, and it's about to hit. Ah, fuck me, man. It came down and freaking hit my stop loss because I moved my stop loss in profit. That's trash. Oh no, it hit my TP. Okay, so it did hit my full TP right there. So there we go, the full TP off the breakout. If anyone caught it with me, like I mentioned, it was risky. So just depending on how well your risk was, it actually hit my TP. So I made about 4,000 off that trade, 5,000 actually. Let me show you guys my profit here. Sometimes you guys get risky trades like this, and I'll let you guys know if it's too risky or not. This was a very risky trade. That's why I was lucky that I got in at a good price and I was able to move my stop loss, in profit. So I made about, in both of my accounts over here, I made about 4,000. So I have 2 accounts here for FTMO. And I'll show you guys my profits here. I mean, profits are probably gonna be the same exact thing because they close around the same time. Because I use the actual TP for this. So I made about 10,000 off that one move right there, which is pretty nice. All right. So here, let me send you guys this real quick. So I'll give you guys a little update in the group as well. All right, so it looks like a lot of you guys took it. You guys are sending over your profits right now. If you guys want to send your profits over, go ahead and send them over, and then I will I'll add them to the list for this morning. So looking at my trades over here, you can see one of them is green. This is my master account. That's the one where I locked in 4,490. This is what hit my TP. This one over here didn't hit. It's my copier. So it take the same exact trade. Like we locked in the same amount of profit, but it doesn't have the green symbol here because it just copied the trade. So it's basically the same exact trade, just copied twice. So for that, I made a total of 4,490 times 2, made a total of 8,980 for that one trade right here. Pretty solid for this morning. I'm glad I took it because we're probably not going to take as many scalps after, since there's there's just too much news going on today. So definitely great profit amongst whoever caught that with me here. If you guys didn't, it's all right. It was a risky trade. I wasn't even planning on taking it, but once I saw it close above the London high, I was like, oh man, this is it's gonna have to push up higher, right? And that's why I took it. If you guys sat in on the mentoring session yesterday, I described how important it is to have these swing highs available. That's why I'm creating an indicator right now. My coder is currently working on it, and it should be available to you guys maybe within the next couple of weeks or so. He's gonna create it for me. I already gave him the logic, so he's working on it right now. Once we get once I get it all fixed up, then I'll upload it to TradingView, and then I'll give it to you guys to use as well. But that's why it's important that you guys have these special confirmations and you guys keep up to date with me, because whenever I find something new that works really well, I'm going to introduce it to you guys. So what happened here was I saw this break up this way, right? I was looking on the 3-minute. I saw that it broke above the London high right here. See this candle? And I was like, man, this thing's going to have to skyrocket, because they just broke the London high, and look what happened. It skyrocketed. That's where I caught my 5,000 right here. So this is why it's important that you guys keep up to date with like what I'm covering, because the market's changing, guys. Market evolves every single day. The thing is, I've been trading for like 11 years, so I can see when things change, and then I can identify what needs to be done to, increase our winning odds. So for this right here, I was able to identify this, even though I didn't want to take the trade. I saw this was looking perfect, so that's why I entered it, and it paid off. Made about 10,000 right there. So let me check everyone's profits over here real quick. Let's see. Let me scroll up. All right. Brittany locked in a total of 466. Nice work, Brittany. Jerry locked in a total of 2,076. Nice work, Jerry. Larkin locked in a total of 834. Nice work, Larkin. Casey locked in a total of 1,090. Nice work, Casey. Jeff over here locked in a total of 1,333. Nice work, Jeff. Faiz over here had some accidents, looks like. Right there, he took some sells, had a couple losses, made it right back. Total of 1,996 off that one trade for a total net profit of 822. So profit, Faiz. I'm glad that you bounced back from that and got it pretty solid. Alex over here locked in a total of 1,140. Nice work, Alex. Romano locked in a total of 1,115 on one account. His second account over here is 686. So a total of about 2,000 right there for him. EW locked in a total of 6,338. Nice work, EW. No losses, straight wins. Cheryl locked in 1,430. Nice work, Cheryl. Tommy locked in 4,260. Looks like Tommy took the same exact trade I took, because we locked in about the same profit. I locked in a little more, but looks like he entered a little later. Jeff over here locked in a total of 1,370. Nice work, Jeff. Belinda locked in a total of 1,061. And you guys can see these are all different people in K2. It's not just me profiting. There's like, 10, 20, 30 people here who profited off that one single trade. Ensong over here locked in 1,837. Nice work, Ensong. Essa locked in 673. Nice work, Essa. Justin Bugai over here locked in 548. Nice work, Justin. Patricia locked in a total of 1,134. Nice work, Patricia. And then on her other account, she locked in a total of 693. Great work, Patricia. Great work amongst everyone here. Looking over at the premium chat over here, Stephen locked in a total of 1,930. Nice work, Stephen. Kevin Lim locked in a total of 2,095. Nice work, Kevin. Yeah, amazing right here, guys. Oh yeah, Duggan said marking up the Asia high low is a game changer. I saw out of that trade, wasn't sure. Congrats on the profit. So yeah, if you guys came in the session before I started, you guys saw that I explained the Asia high lows, and that's why it was important that I marked this up, because I came right back to it and I was like, oh, this is perfect entry, and I hopped right in. Looking over here on the 1 minute, no entry here, but I'll be following. We do have news coming up in about 12 minutes, or 18 minutes, so just be careful, guys. Nice work. Mark over here too. Mark locked in 5,550. Leilani locked in a total of 605. Nice work, Leilani. Patricia over here, her profit's 1,134, 693. Miles locked in a total of 641. Nice work, Miles. See, Miles, you're killing it, man. Miles over here, we talked about this yesterday, and his other account, 690. So Miles, we talked about this during the live session yesterday. Miles was telling me, he was in a hole. He needed help getting out. I told him to just stick to the morning trades. And that's what he did. And look, straight wins right here, no losses. So definitely great work, Miles. Steven locked in a total, even Steve, man. So if Steven here is locking in all these profits, man, you guys should definitely be locking in profits like Steven here. So Steven locked in. And if you guys know Steven, Steven's the guy that used to mess, like, he wouldn't really mess around with this, but everyone thought he was a troll because he was always asking funny questions in the group. But Steven's had like really bad luck with trading, but today he locked in 1,012, taking that one trade with me right there. So definitely great work, Steven. Steven says, I need another 1,500 to make so I can get a free repeat for the challenge. So yeah, Steven, try to catch at least one more trade, use proper lot sizing, and you should be fine. Ziljon over here locked in a total of 1,252. Nice work, bro. Maddie over here locked in a total of 1,968. Nice work, Maddie. Salorm locked in a total of 373. Nice work, Salorm. And Roman locked in a total of 841. Great work, Roman. You should be back in profit now, right? Yeah, looking at everything here, you guys are pretty solid. That was a lot of profit to cover this morning. So we should be good to go. If you guys want to go back and see my explanation for the Asia high lows right here that I marked up, go to the website or go to the YouTube. So if you go on the YouTube over here, let me just pull it up for you guys real quick. Yeah, if you go over here to the YouTube channel, just go to past live streams, you're going to see the mentoring session with founder Shawn right here, Shawn K². And you can see it was streamed about 13 hours ago. So it was like less than 24 hours ago. I had the stream here. I was on the stream for about an hour 20, and I covered exactly what I marked up here. And I explained that, I'm having the indicator being developed right now for you guys to use once it's all done with. All right, cool. Morning, Rudy. Morning, Joseph. Morning, Deswell. Nice. Yeah. Deswell said, way to go, Steven. If you don't see his message here, let me go ahead and check out the chat here. If you guys have any questions, this is your time to ask questions. I'm probably not going to trade after 7 because we have high impact news. We have Fed member Waller speaking. So when he speaks, he can easily manipulate price up or down. I'm not sure what he's going to be talking about, but this is probably going to be important because he's probably going to be talking about unemployment and COVID, because COVID is, as you guys know, COVID is coming back, guys. We have to start wearing masks here in LA again, probably here in Orange County as well. And this is probably going to be more important than the previous ones, because on Tuesday we had Fed member Bowman speak. It was yellow. Wednesday we had Fed member Clarita speak. It was yellow, but today it's orange. So orange means it's medium news. I'm not sure what he's going to talk about, but it's probably going to affect the market one way or another. So I'm going to check the Zoom real quick, see if I missed anything. Let's see. Oh yeah, no, it's trash. So Henry said, I thought funding talent indices were available until the 14th. It's unavailable already. Yeah, I'm not surprised, guys. I already requested my refund. I'm not going to mess with funding talent. Like they're, whenever things don't go their way, they always change their terms. And that's not a good company to work with, because whenever you find something that works well, and then, they claim that you're exploiting it, they end up changing their terms so that it works in their favor, and it doesn't work in our favor, right? Morning, Clyde. Morning, Delmas. And like we had some of our members here speak to like some of the moderators, like in funding talent. They were asking them like, why are you guys taking away indices in Bitcoin? And the moderator told them that there's been a group out there that's been like locking in way too much profit, and they're not able to pay them out. If you guys have seen our profits here, you guys can take a wild guess what group that is. I could show you all the profits for the past couple of months. And you guys can see, which group is making all that money here that they can't pay out. And it is what it is, guys. That's why I've always recommended that you guys use FTMO. You guys see all the profits here every single day. I can pull up any profit for the entire year, and you guys can see who's been killing it here on, US 30, like literally US 30 here, 1,000 by Slava, another profit here by Slava, 2,000. Everyone here is killing it with US 30 and with Bitcoin. And I mean, that's what the moderator mentioned, that, there's a group out there they're just killing it. Like they're just being too profitable too early. Like they're passing their funding talents within a couple of days. You've seen a lot of people here pass their funding talents within a day or two. And that's basically what the moderator said. I mean, don't take my word for it. You guys could probably ask the moderators yourself, and they could probably tell you. But that's that's what we've heard over here. So yeah, NCOB is asking, what are my thoughts on funding talent? I would never recommend funding talent. I've never recommended them ever, actually. I only took funding talent because the members here were using them. They said how easy it was to pass and how easy it is to get funded, which it was easy. But now that they're changing these terms, we can't even make money with them because they don't want us to trade US 30. I think they said it's going to be down for like a week or so, or 2 weeks. I think when it comes back, the spreads are going to be so wide that you can't even scalp on it. So just keep that in mind. It's not necessarily a company that I would recommend, never a company I'd want to work with. So I'm going to be using, well, I've been on FTMO. I've been with FTMO for over a year now, no problem. So I'm just going to stick with them. Yeah, Frostbite said it should be back on the 15th, but it's probably not going to be the same way that it's been right now. They're probably going to change it up, and they're going to make it where it's not going to be as easy to make profit with them. So let me go ahead and take a look at the questions over here. See what else did I miss? Nice. Kimberly said, thanks, Shawn. I made 130 on my personal. See you tomorrow. All right, Kimberly, see you tomorrow. Let me scroll down real quick. Damn, Paul said went in for re-entry, made another 1,500. Good for the day. Yeah, no, definitely. Glad to see everyone profit here. All right, you guys got the mentoring session there. Kevin said, Shawn, what are the settings for the risk type on Social Trader? I mean, it depends on how you want to trade it. Like for me, I have my FTMO 200K copying my FTMO 200K. So I just have it set to a risk multiplier of 1, but it just copies the same exact trade. Lot size multiplier, because it just copies exactly what I'm taking. I'm not sure what you mean by risk type. Let me see if I could check real quick. I think that's what you were asking, right? Let me check this over here. Yeah, so for risk type, I use lot multiplier and I multiply it by 1. But if you have a different account, like on a different broker or a different account size, then you would use fixed lot, and you would just pick one of the ones that you specifically want to be copying it. So yeah, Kevin, I use lot size multiplier, but it's only because I'm using the same exact lot size for my other account. Let's see. Justin's asking, can you go over drawing liquidity zones? So Justin, there's not going to be liquidity zones right now because it's not one-sided. The only time we can draw liquidity zones if it's like heavily on the short side. So I'll draw them for you anyways, but I'll try to give you an example. So right now it's only 60%, so it's not really heavy on one side. You generally want it to be like in the 70% and up range. So either 70% short or 70% long, because it's going to be one-sided. So say, for example, here, okay, we'll just use this for example. Just say that market was like heavily short over here, right? So let me go ahead and let's go to clean chart. So let me just delete this stuff. All right, so just say that like right here, market was like heavily short, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just rewind it to here. So say that market was like 70% short right now, and you saw that price was, it was heading downwards, right? So price is like heading downwards like this. Fix this. Heading downwards like that, right? So say you had 70% short of market sentiment here. It's just, for example, it's 70% short, right? And you see it dropping like this. Areas that would draw liquidity zones would be areas of previous swings. So for example, right here, I would draw this as a previous swing, and then I would draw this as a previous swing, and then I'd probably draw this as a previous swing. So these previous swings right here, these are the liquidity zones. The reason I see these as liquidity zones is because I see them as areas where people place their stop loss, right? Say, for example, you enter a short position right here because you see it bounce off this area. Where's your stop loss going to be? Stop loss is going to be right here. This is like level 1 stop loss. This is level 2 stop loss. This is level 3 stop loss, right? Whenever price reaches these points, that's when price starts to spike up because it triggers the stop losses and it just pushes price all the way up. So for example, here, we'll just follow it through. And then we'll see when price reaches this area. So you can see right here, when price finally reached this area right here, it triggered upwards, right? So it triggered upwards right here. And what do you think is going to happen when price reaches this area right here where the next stop losses are, right? Everyone's stop losses. Once it gets triggered, it's going to get pushed up even higher. So next one over here, see that big spike up? It shot up right here, spiked up, shot up again right here, spiked up, right? And it's going to continue pushing up higher and higher. See that? Big spike up. So these are what I would consider liquidity zones. Because the thing is, when there's a lot of people on the short side, like say, for example, like I mentioned earlier, if this was 70%, what do you think happens when those stop losses get triggered? It creates liquidity. So meaning liquidity that pushes price up, it goes for a stop loss hunt. And that's how it works. And that's basically how I would draw it here, but it doesn't work right now because there's not that many people on one side. It's kind of just split down the middle. It's not heavily on one side, but when it is heavily on one side, it works perfectly fine. It's a pretty solid confirmation to use. But, like I mentioned right now, it's not really going to work on a day when it's like 70%, ask me again, and then I'll draw it real time so that you guys can see as it, continues to push up. So other than that, let me see if I missed anything else right here. Here, I'm going to look for some trades here. If I don't see anything here, go ahead and put your questions in the chat, guys, so I can answer your questions. Otherwise, we have news coming up in about 7. So that's about 7 minutes from now. And he's going to be speaking for maybe about 1 or 2 hours. So I'm probably going to be calling it a day if that becomes the case here. But I could answer any questions you guys have. So if you guys have questions, don't be shy. Just ask the question. If you need help with any of the strategies, if you need help with risk management, if you need help with lot sizing, FTMO, trade psychology, I want to help you guys out, but the thing is I can't help you unless you guys ask a question. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, and then I can help you guys out. Like I mentioned yesterday on the mentoring session, people here are profiting every day. You guys have seen everyone's profits here literally every day. If you're not on this there's no excuse for you guys not to be on this list of everyone profiting. If you guys want to be on this list and you guys are having trouble trading, just ask a question. I can help you out. Because the thing is, you're probably confused with something, but you don't have, you don't have, the guidance to really push you in that direction. So if you guys need help with anything, feel free to ask away and I can help you. But if you guys don't ask, I can't answer the question, right? So anyways, going back to this over here, let me see how far this dropped. Yeah, I'm not going to mess with the snipes here. But just looking over here at the previous swings, let me see. Oh my gosh, Steven, you didn't close your trade, bro. Steven, what happened, dude? Like, you were in profit and then you just didn't close it. You were so close to making your to getting back to break even, but now you're like kind of screwed. 1 second, Steven, let me check real quick. Oh man, see, and this is why you can't pass the FTMO, bro, because you don't follow directions. So it's coming down right now, Steve. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what to tell you because I don't know if it's going to come back up. Let me check the fundamentals over here. Come on, Steven, you got to pay attention next time, bro. United Health is down 12 points. So I don't know what's going to happen here. This is like super heavy down. Looking at the overall, overall it's still bullish, but I'm not sure when it's going to come up, Steve. At this point, you don't have any options because your FTMO is going to expire today, right? So, oh, okay, I got you. Open another trade. So you're basically, you're slightly in the negative. You entered at the worst time, Steve. I don't know why you entered a buy there because you entered like pretty much at the high over here. This is now the US high. So, at this point, Steven, I think, honestly, I don't know. I can't really give you any good advice because you took like the worst trade possible. Whenever it spikes up like this, Steven, you shouldn't be entering a trade because it's going to retrace back. You literally entered at the very top right here. So, let me check. I want to help you, Steven, but you're like in a really tight position right here because you kind of don't have any options. If you waited a little bit, you probably would have gotten a better entry. Like you probably should have waited for it to come down, retest the high right here, and then you can catch it as it bounces back up or wait for an actual entry, right? There's no entry that was available. I'm not sure why you took the trade because there was nothing that was available here. So I would just hold it, Steven. At this point, your FTMO is going to expire today, so you don't have any options anyways. I would just hold it, try to make it back in a profit. What entry did you make it from? Let's see, you entered at 34,968. So that's about 34,948. 34,000. Okay, so you're basically at entry point right now, or you should be around entry point, Steven. So I would just hold it, and then reach to, I think you need about 1,000, right? So you need about to this area over here. I'd probably just set your TP somewhere around this area, just so that you can make it out and then get to break even and just call it a day. Don't get greedy because you just want to make it to break even. Remember, just keep that in mind. You need to make it to break even right now. So let's see, you should be back in profit at this point, Steven, because your entry point was right here. Your TP should be somewhere around this area here. So at about 34,000. If you want to watch it, I would just watch it. But yeah, your TP needs to be somewhere around here because you need about 200 pips to get back to break even, or you need 400 pips to get back to your break even on FTMO. So Steve, I mean, future reference, ask me before you enter a trade, because you entered at like the worst time over here, when it was like at the high. So I think you should be in profit now, because I just looked at your price there. Looks like you should be in profit, or at break even, because it's at this point right here. This is your entry point. So what I would recommend, Steven, is to just watch it. I would just set a TP somewhere around here, just in case you forget. Because I definitely want you to get that free retry, because I know you were trying really hard to pass this one. You made some mistakes along the way, but your TP should be around 34,009. I'd probably round it down a little bit, depending on how much you really need. Let's see, you said you needed 1,500. So you probably could put your TP at around 34,985. Just have a little closer. All right. So I think that's it for you right now, Steve. Hopefully you get back. So I'm going to just mark this up over here. I'm going to say to check with Steven to see if you're back in your profit, because it's going to swing back up. It's just you got in at a bad price. You probably could have gotten a little lower. So let's see. Check Steven profits. And you should be in profit now, Steven, because it's now pushing up. So, I'm not trying to lecture you, but, see, we've had this conversation like one too many times. So just make sure that your account's doing fine right now. I mean, you should be good because you should be in profit, and it's now pushing up. Make sure that you have your TP set there so that you can pull out when you need to. Your goal here is not to make a big profit. Your goal is just to make it to 100K so that you can get a free retry on your FTMO here. It looks like you should be back in profit and slightly pushing up higher. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so you set your TP right there. What's your profit looking like right now, Steven? You should be in profit because this is your entry point. Are you close to your 1,500 yet? Because that's your goal. If you already at your 1,500, just pull out, because all you want to do is make it above 100K, and then you'll get your free retry. You have a better month, once you get the new account. So just keep that in mind. Ken said, missed the breakout, second traffic. Also line up 2 days before previous high. They work extremely well. Definitely. Thanks, Ken. That'll be good. All right, let's see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. All right, cool. So some of you guys sent me more profit. EW said made another 1,000. I'm out of here. Thanks, K2. So EW locked in a total of 7,195. Nice work, EW. Jay over here locked in a total of 1,105. Nice work, Jay. Tommy locked in 5,980. Nice work, Tommy. And Jeff over here locked in a total of 2,259. Nice work, Jeff. Perfect. You guys are killing it. Great work, guys. Wait, how did I don't know how you're still in the negative, Steven. Actually, hey, Steven, your TP is probably not going to be good enough because you're, let me see what the price difference is between these two. Okay, 34943 minus 34952. All right, it's only off by 10 pips. Okay, so you actually got in at an even worse price, Steven. So you actually got in at 58. Oops, that's that. So you actually got in at a worse price, Steven. You got in at yeah, you got in. So your TP has to be way higher. Steven, you got in at a really bad price. So you're actually, your TP needs to be a bit higher, like a lot higher. So your TP, in order for you to make 1500 that you need to pass, you're going to need to have your TP at 34,995. So just add a, instead of the 8, change it to a 9, because you're you got in at a horrible price up here, Steven. You should have got in like down here. If you got in down here, you'd be fine, but you actually got in like at a really bad price. I think it's going to come back up, so you should be fine. Looking at the fundamentals over here, it's still pretty green overall. Looking at the overall for the day, it's the daily is 158 points in the green. Looking at the futures data, it's up 150 points right here. And lastly, looking over at the market sentiment, it's currently 59% short. So I think you should be fine with it pushing up. But you know, like I mentioned before, it's a really risky trade for you. Yeah, change your TP. And in the future, don't do this again, Steven. Don't just hop into a trade for no reason. Make sure that there's an actual entry that's available. All right, let me see if I missed anything here. All right, so Essa said, what is the best stop loss for the challenge today? I entered with a trade with a sell. I lost about 1,000. Not sure if I was right decision or made or not. Price was, yeah, it looks like your stop loss was too close, Essa. So the stop loss here was set at 34,876. I'm not sure where you put your stop loss at, Essa, but it was very far from the stop loss. It didn't even get close to it. So I think you just might have put the wrong stop loss there. The stop loss is always the same. It's always 500 pips. So I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but if you want to go back and watch the strategy, I mean, I can send you the video for the breakout strategy. It's always 500 pips. So it's always going to be equal. And your stop loss is way down here. So it shouldn't have triggered your stop loss. I think your stop loss might've been just way too tight for that specific move there. Say thanks, Shawn. You're my guardian angel. Yeah, no problem, Steven. You're back in profit now, so your thing should look fine. This is your entry point, so you should be currently in profit. Your TP should be slightly above it right here. But I would just watch your chart, Steven. So watch your chart, and when it's looking perfect now, Steven. It's pushing up. Watch your chart and send your profits if you can right now. I just want to see where you're sitting, because if you're close to 1,500, just pull out, just manually close it, or make sure that your equity right here says over 100K. If it says over 100K right here, just pull out of the trade, because you just want to, just keep in mind, you don't want to make any profit today. You just want to make it to break even so that you can get a free retry tomorrow. Let me scroll up real quick. All right. So next question was from, or actually, let me see. Razul said, wow, FT feedback on K2 making too much. I thought they simply reflected our trade in the market, so they should have money as we did and paid us simple. Don't know what's going on with FT. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with FT, Razul. They generally don't copy trades for everyone. I think their model is they let people trade for a few weeks, if not a few months, to see if they're actually profitable, and then they start copying the trade. The problem with K2 is that we have good traders that actually come into FT and they're already profiting right out the gate, right? So they get funded and they get their payouts for their lead accounts right away. The problem with that is that they don't have time to copy the trades, because they're not able to evaluate the trader within the time. So like what happened was, there's a lot of people here making like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 80,000 in some instances in the first month after getting funded after 2 days, and funding talent isn't copying their trade. So what happens is that they have to pay them out. And if there's so many people who are profiting that much, you guys can see here who's profiting, every day. If you guys can see here, say for example, if Tommy passes funding talent within 2 days, right? Because there's no minimum in 2 days, and then he gets funded and they don't start copying his trades right away, they're going to owe him a ton of profit because he owes it like 80% split, right? So that's the problem with funding talent. The problem is they weren't copying the trades and they just don't have enough funds to pay everybody out. So I think that's, that's pretty much what the key is. I mean, don't take my word for it, because this is stuff that some of our members have talked to like a lot of funding talent admins about. And that's what they said. They didn't name the group who's been making all the profits recently, but you guys can take a wild guess who's making all the profits here, because we're doing this every single day. So yeah, I mean, I don't have anything to say about funding talent. If you guys want to use them, feel free. But I'm not going to use them, and I'm never going to recommend them to anybody. Mark said, when the pivots are close together, what does that tell you? And are almost straight line across the chart. Mark, when they're in a straight line, that means that price is consolidating. I mean, you can just see it's pretty clear, right? When the pivots are close together, they're just consolidating. Price is close together right here, consolidating. It's not really difficult to see what's actually telling you. It's, you just got to look at the chart. I feel like a lot of people here, they don't look at everything as a whole. Like, for example, we have all this stuff on the chart, right? But some people only look at the pivots, or some people only look at the candles. If you put everything together, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, right? If it's close together like this, it's going sideways. If it starts to cross and it widens out, it becomes trending. So that's one thing to look at, Mark, if you've been following it. Let's see. Okay, so Steven's like on a roller coaster right now. He was like at negative 1,300. Now he went to negative 600. Now he's back to negative 200, and then now he's negative 215. So Steven, just make sure that I mean, I wouldn't recommend changing your TP, because you're looking for a price goal, right? You want to reach 1,500 to make it back to 100K. So I would recommend that you just watch it and make sure that it hits that specific price point. Once it reaches 100K here off your equity, then you can close it out. I wouldn't exit early, because you're going to be stuck having to take another trade if that becomes a case. So I'm not sure what your TP should be exactly, but I think it should be around 95 to be safe. Let's see. Alex said, learning so much from you, learning so much from you. You're the best. See you tomorrow. See you this weekend on the course. Yeah, no, definitely, Alex. We should catch a game soon. Catch a tea time next time. Or I could even come to LA. I think you guys have some nice golf courses out there. Clyde said, is US Wall Street 30 the same as US 30? Yeah, it's the same thing, Clyde. It's just a different symbol. Jeff said, is cereal a soup? Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, if you think so, it is for me. I don't really like soup. Scroll down real quick. Taryn said, I'm really struggling with trade psychology. So Taryn, I think in order to fix your trade psychology, you have to trust your trading. So what I would necessarily say, let me read the rest of your message here. Taryn said, specifically, especially with revenge trading. Any help with that, Shawn? In the heat of the moment, my brain is like revenge trading on auto mode. And then later, when I cool it down, I realized what stupidity I was doing. And it's the same thing over and over again. So Taryn, what I recommend is, for you specifically, is just trade with me in the morning. So just trade with me in the morning, the same time every day, 6:30 to 8. Once you keep stacking up those wins, you're going to gain confidence. You're going to trust the trades. So once you have that confidence, my next step is to advise you to stop trading after you take one loss. Like for me, I rarely lose, right? I barely lose ever. So if I do ever lose, I just take a break. I don't trade for the rest of the day. That will help build your trade psychology. So if you do that, you'll start to understand to step away from the chart and to take a break when you need to. Like for me, I only trade from 6 to 8 in the morning. I make my profit and I call it a day. I just keep stacking profits every single day. You guys have seen my trades over here. I rarely lose. Like I made 4,000, 10,000 today. Yesterday, I took about 3 trades. I only took 3 trades and I called it a day. I made about 4,000 yesterday as well. The day before that, so the day before that, I locked in another, actually I didn't trade the day before that, but on Monday, I locked in another 2,000. See, I only take like a few trades a day, but they add up and then I never lose. Well, I mean, I lose sometimes, but when I do lose, I just call it a day. But for the most part, I generally just call it a day after, one trade's done with. So that's probably the best advice I could give you right now, until you're, you have your confidence back. So that's what I would recommend. First, just take the trades I take in the morning. Don't trade Asia session, don't trade London. And then after that, use the rule where if you take one loss, you just call it a day and then come back tomorrow for some more trades. Shaqui's asking, why are we not taking the 1 minute? Because there's news right now. We're not taking any trades right now because there's medium news going on. Fed member Waller is speaking right now. So this is going to highly affect the market. You can see it's medium news. The previous days when the Fed members are speaking, it was yellow. So that was light news, but today it's medium. So anything he says can easily affect the market. So I'm pretty much done trading for the day. I already made 10,000 for the day. You guys have seen my trade here off the breakout. I made 4,490 off one of my FTMOs. This is the main account. And then this is my copier here where I made 4,490 as well. So copy the same exact trade, total of 10,000 for the day. And I'm just going to call it a day because there's news going on right now. I don't want to risk it. So I'm here to answer questions. If you guys have questions, I can answer them. But for me personally, I'm not going to enter any trades at this moment because of the news. There were a couple entries here off the 1 minute. So there's one right here. That would have hit full TP. So yeah, if you did take that right there, you would have been perfectly fine. You would have locked in some pretty nice profit off that. Same with this one right here. If you take this trade here, both of these 1 minutes would have hit full TP. I personally didn't take them, but if you guys want to take them, I mean, they're still hitting, the trades are still hitting. It's just risky. So you can see right here, if you took this trade, it would have went into some massive drawdown, really close to the stop loss, but then it came back up to hit TP. Same with this one right here. Price came over here, went into some drawdown, but then it shot back up, hit TP. So we have another one right here coming. If you guys want to take it, feel free. But like I mentioned before, I'm not gonna take it myself because of the specific news event that's going on right now. The last thing I want to do is enter a trade, and then Fed member Waller right here says something bad about the economy, and then it just spikes down, right? Because they're talking about COVID stuff right now. The Fed is the US Treasury. So whatever they say can easily affect the market. They're going to talk about the housing market. They're going to be talking about COVID. They're going to be talking about the spending bill that Biden is coming out with. Biden's coming out with this like crazy spending bill. I don't know if you guys have been following it, but he's trying to tax like everybody. So they're probably going to be talking about that there as well. So if you guys have been following the news, you guys know what I'm talking about. If not, just keep in mind that Biden is doing some pretty radical stuff with the new tax bill. And it's not beneficial for anybody. I mean, it's like funny because a lot of the middle class think that he's helping them, but he's taxing like people's retirement accounts. So people, even the middle class, their 401ks and stuff are going to get screwed when they retire, but they don't realize it because they don't follow tax law. They don't actually understand what's going on. So here's a 1 minute, there's a 1 minute entry right there. I'm not going to take it, but I'll just mark it up for you guys if you guys do want to take it. He just like I mentioned, there's heavy news right now, so I'm not going to take it. Anything he says could affect the market. But yeah, we got that marked up right there. Check this out real quick. So yeah, Steven, your position is still running. I do have this marked up right here for the 1 minute. So if you want to take it, feel free. I'm not going to take it, but I'll have it marked up there in case, one of you guys decide to take it. It's probably going to hit. See, it's pushing up right there, but I'm not going to take that risk today. Miles said, Shawn, you're the only guy I know that can have a whoopsie and still make thousands of dollars. Right, Miles? No, it happens all the time. Roland said, FT is a joke right now. LOL. They just introduced so many changes. I requested my refund for my lead count, my phase 2 account. Yeah, I requested my refund yesterday too. Hopefully I get it sometime soon. Let's see. No, Nico. So Nico said, Shawn, TP will only give him around. So the thing with this, Nico, is that this price is trading view price. The price on his account over here is FTMO. It's off by 10 pips. So technically for your breakdown right there, that would make sense if it was FTMO price. But right here, I gave the pricing for trading view. So the pricing is different by 10 pips. So technically you're correct. You're correct with your analysis there, but he's going to have to you'll add like another 200 to that. So he'll make 1,512 or somewhere around there. It's going to be a little bit higher because pricing is different. It's about like 20 pips, I think 10 to 20 pips from trading view to FTMO. The thing with Steven here is we're just trying to get him to get to his goal to pass. He doesn't need to make anything above it. He literally needs to be like on the dot. But yeah, it's slightly Pricing slightly different. So yeah, no, you're correct with your breakdown if that was a pricing, but his pricing here is slightly different. That's why I kind of adjusted it a little bit to match it, because technically this would be where he would need to go. He would need to reach 34,958, or no, sorry, 34,998. I pushed it up a little bit because technically he would only need to make about 78 like that. That's where his TP would have to be at in order for him to reach that point. But I mean, it's fine. If it doesn't fix it, then he's just gonna have to make a small adjustment to get him to that point there. So looking at the 1 minute right here, this is exactly why I didn't take that trade, right? It's just too risky because the Fed member is speaking. So you're gonna see some unusual spikes in price like that. I don't really want to get caught in any spikes like that. So that's why I'm holding off on entering any new trades. Razul said, Shawn, can we get a mentoring session from some of the guys that passed the challenge within a day or two? As I think it'll help us who are struggling. I mean, you can just talk to them if you want, like just asking the group who's passed their FTMO within a few days, and they can just give you, they're going to tell you the same thing that I'm telling you right here. I'm telling you to just take my trades in the morning and to use proper risk. So if you do everything that I'm doing, that's basically what's going to help you. You know, I don't know if these members are going to want to spend their time mentoring you guys. So the thing is, I don't mind mentoring you guys myself, but it's going to be hard to get someone who isn't compensated, right, to just get on a mentoring session. So if you want to go and ask them yourself, you can even ask them if they're down, if they're willing to do a mentoring session with me. If you can get them to do a mentoring session with me, I'll do it. It's just, you know, it's kind of weird for me to ask another member, hey, can you do a mentoring session to help the other members? If they want to help you, they'll help, but you know, I can't force a person that's doing really well to want to do a mentoring session with me. But no, I'll do it. So just, you can ask them yourself, Razul. If they say okay, then we'll set it up with them. But I mean, one of the main persons that we can probably get help from is Tommy. Tommy's like my best friend here in like real life. So he's probably gonna be okay with doing it. Otherwise, other people, I don't know if they're really gonna want to get on this session with you guys here. Yeah, no, exactly, Rezul. So I'll talk to Tommy. I'll see if Tommy is down for it. If not, you can ask any members in the group. And then if they're willing to get on a mentoring session, then I'll get on with them. You know, I'm here to help you guys out. I want to make sure that you guys are all on the same level as everyone else here, right? Because everyone here is killing it. So you guys just want to make sure that you guys are on that same level. Yeah, no problem, Taryn. Carrie said, I missed the live trading this morning. Do I still have to trade on my FTMO challenge today? I mean, you don't need to, Carrie. You can if you want, but there's no, I mean, it wouldn't matter if because you wouldn't be wasting days since you already, if you started it already, you wouldn't be wasting days because your countdown already started. As soon as you take one trade on your FTMO, your countdown has started. So you wouldn't really waste any days. You're wasting days regardless if you take a trade or not. Because you don't get 30 days of trading, you get 30 days in total from the first day you take a trade. Shakri said, give him a gold trade, he'll make it. Yeah, I mean, he would have made it if he wasn't in this trade already, but he's currently in this trade. So unfortunately, he has to just hold on. Hopefully it pushes up. This is exactly why I didn't want to trade right now, because you guys can see what's going on with price, right? Price is now consolidating. It started consolidating because the news happened. So now Fed member Waller speaking, now that price is consolidating, this becomes a very dangerous game, because when it breaks out of this consolidation, it'll either break out upwards or it'll break out downwards, right? You're basically gambling at this point because you don't have an edge. You don't want to trade when price is consolidating like this, unless you wait for it to like break above here, then you can continue riding that wave to the upside, right? So I'm just going to mark this up right here. So you can see these areas of consolidation right here. We got this up here and we got this down here. So as you guys can see, these are areas of consolidation where price is just going sideways. You know, price can easily, once it's done consolidating, it can break out upwards or it can break downwards. So what could happen here is price will break out upwards, come back for the retracement, and then continue pushing up higher. Vice versa, price comes down here, it'll retrace back upwards, then continue dropping lower. So two different ways that it can go, but you don't want to get caught in this because you might be on the wrong side. So this is why you would, you know, be careful with catching these moves here. Ben's asking, how can I purchase the indicator? Can't find it on the website. So if you go on the website over here at k2trades.com, Ben, click on K2 strategy course right here, and then it'll take you to the page to sign up. And I'll just send it to you here in the group as well. All right, and that's where you would sign up for the indicators. And that's how you'll get access to all these indicators to take these trades on your own. So yeah, guys, like I was mentioning before, there's so many people here profiting every single day. With all these people profiting like literally the entire day, there's no reason for you guys not to be profiting, right? If you're the only person that's not profiting here, you must be doing something wrong. So if you guys have access to the indicators, you guys join in the mentoring sessions, I can help you guys reach this level. It's just you guys have to follow directions and do what needs to be done. So looking over here, let's see, Romano, damn, there's some more profits here. So Romano locked in a total of 1,611 off his one account. His second account, he locked in a total of 1,168. Nice work right there, Romano. Looking over here at Deswell locked in a total of 3,823 today. Nice work, Deswell. Rick said, hit my goal for the week, feels good. So his goal for the week right here, Rick hit a total of 5,020. Nice work, Rick. Congrats. Tommy over here sent this GIF over here. You guys are killing. You guys are doing pretty solid so far. Patrick over here locked in, or he looks like he took a loss. He said, fought my way out of a hole on a conservative account. So it looks like Patrick here took one bad trade, which put him in a deep hole, but then he's slightly making his way back. Not sure he took that big loss right there, Patrick. It looks like you might have made a little mistake, but on your other account over here, you're in profit a total of 5,040. So definitely nice work there, making your way out of that hole, Patrick. Yeah, I mean, it looks like you might have just held on to that trade for a little too long, which I mean, it happens, but no, definitely glad to see you come back in profit right here. So you went from negative 403 to now positive 5,040. Nice work, Patrick. Yeah, so Deswell over here said, not a bad day, calling it quits. So he's done for the day. He's good. Duggan over here said he tried out the prop trading firm. He said also, for anyone, I'm having difficulty with the prop trading firm. Can't access my account for 3 days here in Australia. So maybe hold back on buying their challenge. So guys, this is why I keep reminding you guys that it's important to just stick with FTMO. If you guys go with these other smaller companies, you can easily lose your account, or something can happen at any moment. Albert locked in a total of 35 here. Nice work, Albert. And his other account, he locked in 498. Nice work, Albert, both ways. Junior over here locked in a total, or Camo over here locked in 2,061. Nice work, Camo. Junior over here locked in a total of 5,446. Damn, no losses here. Straight wins by Junior. Congrats, bro. You've been on fire. If you guys seen Junior, this is Junior right here. If you've seen him in the group, Junior's been killing it. Every single day he's on fire, locking in win after win after win. If I just search him right here for Junior, you can see all of his profits. He's killing it. So Junior again, right here, he passed his FTMO in 4 days, made 7,000 yesterday. And then now he's on his verification. He's probably done with that too. Again, the previous day he locked in 10,000 right here. And then again, another 4,000 on his other account. So Junior's been killing it, guys, on fire. So if you guys aren't on this level and you guys want to be on this level, just learn the strategy. Junior here is applying the strategy, no losses. He's been having consistent days every single day. Let me see if I'm missing anything else here. Let me check the Zoom real quick, see what else I'm missing. All right, so you're good, Razul. Perfect. Jerry said, can you explain the significance of the London Asia high low marks again? Jerry, let me see if I can. Were you on the live session yesterday, Jerry? Because we went over this like in detail yesterday. I just want to make sure that we're not just not running around in circles if you've already sat in on it. So, and what did I do yesterday? So yesterday we were in the live session. I think I rewinded it to like market open. So I'll try to explain it to you again right here real quick. All right. So yeah, Marcus, I do see your question right there for GJ. I'll answer yours later. I'm looking at all the questions here in the premium first. All the premium members have priority, so all their questions get answered first. I know you want me to take a look at GJ. Once I'm done with everyone's questions here, we still have about 10 questions, so I'm probably not going to get to your question anytime soon, Marcus. But if once I am done, I'll answer your question. Or if you have your question, put it here in the Zoom. I'm not sure if you're in the premium anymore. I think you canceled like a while back, right? So if you are in the premium, go put your question here and I'll answer right away. But there's a bunch of other people here with questions that I have to answer first before I can get to your GJ request. So let's see. So going back to your question, Jerry, I'm gonna go ahead and draw. So this was Asia session yesterday when we were following through. Or actually not Asia session. So we were gonna go to US session actually, 5:30. So I'm just gonna go over the example that I showed you guys yesterday. I can't show you today because it's too far out. Okay, so what I did here was I identified the Asia swing highs and Asia swing lows. So like, for example, here, this is the what's it called? Sorry, I'm scrolling through the questions. I lost the question again. So Jerry, yeah. Okay, so this is Asia open, right? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark up the previous London session or previous Asia session actually. So I'm gonna go over here real quick. Go to 1500. This is Asia session open, and then this is gonna be London open over here at midnight. So let me check this out right here. Yeah, it's gonna be midnight right there. So what I do here is I mark up the Asia high, which is right there. I generally color that purple. You guys will see later when I have the indicator done how it's drawn up. So that's going to be Asia high lows right there. Now I'm going to go for the London high lows. So we got the Asia high lows there. We got the London high low right here. This is going to be red. And this is going to be red down here as well. All right, so once I have these drawn up, you guys can see that this purple line here is the Asia high. This purple line down here is the Asia low. This red line right here is the London high. And this red line down here is the London low. It's kind of hard to see because we have alerts set up right there. But looking at this currently, we're going to let it run through. And then look when price reaches these certain areas. So you can see right here, price is now at the London low, right? So just looking at this go sideways. A lot of people won't understand why price is just bouncing off this area right here, right? The reason we know it's bouncing is because we have the London low right there. If you take these off the chart, you wouldn't see that there's an Asia low right there. I mean, there's an alert here, but you guys can see when I drew the low right there, it's right here, this red line. I mean, if I make it a little tight, a little bigger, you can see right there that that's the Asia low. So that's the importance of knowing that it's there, because if you guys can see here, it kind of just bounces around that area, right? If you guys didn't have the Asia, the London low there, you wouldn't know that, it's actually at a critical price point. So looking at that right there, you can see price drop from there, right? Because this is where we tie in the other strategies. If you guys know where the Asia high lows are, you turn on your momentum indicator, you see you got a sell signal right there. What do you think is going to happen at this point? It's rejecting off the London low. You have a sell signal right there. Look what happens next. Breakout to the downside. So if you took that trade there, because this would have been a pivot entry, right? So like right here, we have price below the pivots, trend meters red. We got a sell signal right there. This is a valid pivot entry. If you knew that pivot entry was coming, you would for sure enter it because you have so many confirmations there. Once you enter that trade, you let it run straight through the full TP. And this is why it's important. It might be confusing you because you're not familiar with it. This might be a little too advanced for you. But like once you tie everything together, because like I mentioned before, these high lows are just an extra confirmation. It's not required. But like, if you're applying the pivot strategy, you have the basic strategy here already, right? So looking at this here, for the pivot strategy, all you need is is the pivots and the momentum indicator, right? That's one step of it. You add in the trend meter, you're like, okay, I have extra confirmation. You add in the London high lows, you have a third confirmation here. If you have all those confirmations, you almost have a guaranteed hit that it's going to win. So that's the importance of it. It's not required, but it's optional, and it's going to obviously help you, catch better trades. So that's basically the gist of it. It might be hard for you guys to figure it out on your own, but once you have the indicator ready, it'll be a lot easier for you guys to follow through with. Yeah, no problem, Jerry. Glad I could help you with that. And it works perfectly fine. Like, it works the same way with how we applied it today as well. So there's a lot of different ways to apply it, but you just have to play by ear and understand how it works before you actually apply it yourself. And going back to what I was mentioning before, guys, price is just consolidating right here, right? This is exactly why you don't want to trade during this time. I'm hoping you get that win, Steven, but the problem is there's news happening right now, so it's going to be a little risky for you to get to that point, because price is starting to shift. So I'm hoping you get your TP there, Steven. This isn't an actual move here, guys. This is just a markup that I did for Steven over here, because he needs to reach 1,500 profit to make it back to break even. But there's no actual entry that's available right here at all. And same right here at the 1 minute. This is why I recommended not to take the 1 minute trade, because there's high impact news going on right now. So other than that, let me see if there's any other questions here real quick. Let's see. Scott said, hey, Shawn, today I tried MT4 at the trial FTMO trial account, made 578, which is good news for me. If you can show a mentoring session how you get orders in so quickly with TP stop loss. I don't set a TP stop loss. I do everything manually, Scott. And you're asking, is it simply manually changing the price in the fields, or is there a template? See, that's where it gets a little too complicated. I personally don't even do that myself, because these moves happen too fast. So I generally just enter the trade and then I close it out manually when I take the trade. The whole MT4 platform is really outdated and old, so you have to do everything manually. Like, you have to type in the numbers and stuff. It's not like TradingView over here where you can just, you can just click and drag, like stuff like that. For MT4, you actually have to type in the numbers. And with that said, it's just too much work. And the thing is, we're in this trade for like a few seconds, if not a few minutes. So I just enter the trade. Like, we have a buy sell button like this on MT4 as well. If I want to enter a sell, I hit sell, and then I just close it out once it hits TP. But I follow it on TradingView. So that's how I personally do it. You can do it that way as well. If you want to set your TP stop loss, you can. But I got to warn you, sometimes price moves too fast and you're not going to be able to reach that point. You might actually miss exiting your trade because you're taking too much time actually typing in your TP stop loss, especially for these scalp moves. Your last question right here, you're asking as well as, how do you get copy of order to different account would be helpful for me, at least. I use this tool called Social Trader Tools. If you want to use it, that's what most of us use here. I'll open up the website. This is the copier that I use, Social Trader Tools. You can use this yourself, but I would recommend that you actually become profitable first before you use something like this. Because I've seen people who are not even profitable, they use this and then they end up blowing like multiple accounts at once. Make sure that you can at least pass with one account before you try and trade multiple accounts. Not to say that you can't, but I'm just looking out for you and making sure that you don't make the mistake of taking too much risk on before you're ready for it. So I think that's it for your questions there. Yeah, definitely, no problem. No problem at all, Scott. So Scott said, I get it. It's all market execution. Yeah, no, definitely. And I'm just looking out for you, Scott. I'm not trying to discourage you from using copy orders. I just want to make sure that you can at least pass one FTMO, get funded, make some money, and then you can start doing a multiple account. Yeah, so pretty much for me, I do all market execution. What I do is I mark it up on TradingView, like how I normally do. And then when it hits the point, I just hit enter, and then I manually exit once it reaches its CP. All right, let me scroll up real quick. All right, let me scroll up really quick. Clyde said, do you guys trade FTMO on MT4? Yes, a majority of us do. The other option is MT5 and C Trader, but for me personally, I use MT4. That's what most of us use. Let me scroll over here real quick. Yeah, no problem, Jerry. If you want to watch the live from yesterday, the mentoring session, I cover that more in detail. If you want to go back and rewatch it, there's a lot of stuff there that I covered. So you probably would pull some, some value out of that mentoring session from yesterday. Ken said, Shawn, what time did you do the mentoring session yesterday? I did it about 4 p.m. Pacific time. So I'm not sure where that is your time zone, but if you go on the YouTube channel, you can find it. It's like the most recent video prior to this one. Essa said she sent, let's see. Sorry, Essa. So Essa sent over here, let's see. This is a trade I was talking to you before the order. I just want to make sure I did. Let's see. So you entered this. What time was this entry at, Essa? Let me see if I could find it on the chart, because I'm not sure what your time zone is, but you did take it on the 3-minute. Looks like you might have taken this one right here. Let me see. Is it this one right here? Let me check real quick. Is it followed by a red? Yeah, it looks like it was this one right here. So this was at about 3:51 a.m. my time. So 3:51. Let me check the confluence here to make sure everything was going that direction. 3:51. Yeah, so I don't think I would have taken that trade right here, because if you look at the confluences, it was bullish on the 10-minute. It was also bullish. Let me see on the 1-minute if it was bullish. Yeah, it was bullish here on the 1-minute as well. So one mistake that you did there, Essa, is that you took the sell here, but generally what we do is we look at the confluence on the 10-minute and 1-minute, right? We make sure that it's moving in the same direction. Looking here on the 10-minute, it was actually above. So it was above the pivots right here, and the trend mirror is green. Looking here at the 1-minute, same situation. You entered around this area right here. Price was above the pivots. So they were kind of going in the opposite direction of where you were trying to enter. So that was a risky trade for you to take, because you didn't have the confluence there. I mean, it's not required that you follow the confluence. Also, looking at the futures data was green. So I think it was in the positive around that time as well. So everything kind of pointed towards the buy side, but you took the sell. So if you're just going off the basic strategy, the entry right here looks like it's, because I looked at the same exact candle as it right here. You said it was at 350. Okay, so if I go back over here, if I just replay it right to that same exact time, you're here at 351, right? This is when it closed, 351. If you go over here on the 10-minute at 351, it was green. It was green over here, because it's in between these two. So it was green here. Looking over here on the 1-minute, it's also, let me go over here and just rewind it to 351. Yeah, so 351 right here, it was actually, it was above the pivots on the 1-minute. So I'm just rewinding to the same exact time period to see, what you could have done differently. Looking at here, it's below it on the 3-minute, but it's not the same on the 1-minute. It's also not the same on the 10-minute here. It's above, or no, where is it at? Somewhere over here. Yeah, so looking at this right here, it's above on the 3-minute. It's also above on the 1-minute over here. So the 3-minute was the only one that was below. So that's where the confluence was kind of different. I'm not sure about the futures data. It looks like it was probably green like all throughout London session, because just looking at the London session chart over here, it was, so you can see how it was pushing up from here. It was, so this right here was pushing up, right? If it was pushing up like this, it was probably green by the time that it got to this point over here, because it didn't start dropping until later. So I think the fundamentals here were also on the green side. I can't say for sure because I wasn't looking at it during that time period, but that's okay. Gotcha. Yeah. So yeah, you didn't look at the other timelines. It's not required that you look on the other timelines, but if you want to, be sure, because what you did right here is you just applied the bare basic strategy, right? You just applied the strategy on one time frame. If you want to increase your win rate, then you want to make sure to look on different time frames. You want to look on the 10-minute. You want to look on the 1-minute. You want to look at the fundamental information here, like the same thing that I do every time I take a trade. I look at the different time frames. I also look at the fundamentals. I also look at market sentiment, right? You traded for a short, but majority retail traders were short. So I wouldn't have taken the short there even to begin with. Market's been short for this entire week, and that's why we've been buying, and we've been making profits off the buy side. So what you did was fine. It's just, if you want to be a little more accurate, you want to make sure to use other confluences on top of it. Yeah, exactly. So S over here as well mentioned, yeah, it was short 59%. I thought of not taking it. That's why it's kind of risky, because you get trapped in those moves, right? So what happened here is you probably I would consider this trap, because what you can see right here is it looks like it's coming down, right? It looks like it's in a downtrend. So if you're a normal trader and you don't know what to look for, you're going to think, oh, it's in a downtrend, right? And then you'd enter a sell here, but as soon as you enter that sell, it reverses on you, right? It goes completely the opposite way. So this is what I would consider a trap. And that's something to keep in mind. I mean, it's fine. You're going to make mistakes here and there. That's the only way that you'll learn. Yeah, exactly. As I said, yeah, that's what happened with me. I thought it was going to go down, and that's fine. That's like, a normal trader would think that's the basic trap that a lot of people fall for. That's why I don't trade price action, because everybody trades price action, right? If you trade how everyone else is trading, you're probably going to get burnt. And this is why I kind of trade a little different. My trading is a little unorthodox. It's different from what a lot of people do. Steven, your profit should have hit. So I just got your alert right here. It said check Steven profit. Steven, are you still here? Let's see. How's your profits so far? Yeah, I think you should be good, Steven. You should be in profit like pretty nice, because just pushing up right here. Okay, so Steven's in profit. Good work, Steven. You just want to make sure that your equity gets up to 100K. So you can probably hold on to it for a bit. You might have to move your TP a little higher, Steven. I think your TP is a little too low. Change it to let's see, current price right now. I would change your TP to maybe 34. Just change it to the normal TP, 34,998. Because I think your TP might be a little too tight right now to reach that point. Just keep watching it. Make sure that you make sure to follow your trade and exit at 1,500. All right, so that's pretty much it right there. Perfect. Okay, awesome. Yeah. So Essa said, but I'm already at profit thanks to you. Yeah, no, it's fine, Essa. You're gonna run into some problems like that every so often. The main key is that you make profit at that point. That's pretty much what you're looking for, long-term profit. Let me see this real quick. See what I'm missing here. Oh yeah, so Ken showed me. So Ken's the one that showed me about the swing highs and lows.
Today's Asia. Yesterday's Asia. Tuesday's Asia. As I hear my friend, is open the weekend.
Nice.
So Sunday night open is that.
Yeah, so Ken over here is one that actually showed me that. Well, it was something that I've been using before, but I stopped using it for a while. And Ken's one that reminded me about the swing highs and lows for Asia and London. So yeah, definitely, I'll try to have my coder implement, so we can go back a little farther, maybe a day or two, and then we'll see how it goes from there. But yeah, no, definitely, thanks for bringing that up to me, Ken, because that definitely has been helping us a lot lately. Scroll down. Kip said I sent from break-even trading, actually ups and downs, stress, consistent profit after joining K2. I get questions all the time, and here in person, how I do it. Here's my mentoring pearls. Follow the rules, and Shawn. K2 strategy isn't hard. I just follow the rules and take the morning trades with Shawn. Follow the rules, not feelings. The hard part is discipline. Is having discipline not to trade signals when they're not truly valid. So if you guys want to read here, Kip actually had a pretty nice breakdown. I'm going to copy this, Kip. I'm going to go ahead and send them to send it in the group over here. for the people who didn't catch it. So Kip just basically gave his tips on like what to do to be successful trading with us here. And Kip's done amazing. You know, Kip here is actually a doctor. So Kip's a doctor and he's actually trading with us every morning. So he makes pretty good money already, but he's here having fun with us in the morning, making even more profit. So I'll definitely add that to the chat later once I go over there. Eric said, I took the last buy signal. Could you please invest a few million and buy US30 to make it go up? It's going up right now, Eric. So hopefully you're catching that right there. I'm not sure which buy. Oh, you took this one over here, right? So yeah, Eric took this buy right here. And it looks like it's going up to a full TP. Yeah, so I'll have this marked up right here, Eric, for you. In case you, I mean, you're in the position, so. US 30, 3-minute scalp, full TP. All right, we got a ton of alerts right here. Eunice is asking, is US 30 at the Asian low right now? Not right now. It's actually really far from it. Eunice. So the Asia low is actually way down here at 34,783. The Asia high is right here, but it's still pretty far from it. It's past all of the previous highs already. So it's nowhere near any of the highs from yesterday. Oh, another one from Kip. Okay, cool. So Kip. So I'll go over all the steps right here that Kip just mentioned. So Kip's advice to basically all of the traders here in K2. Kip's one of our like very profitable traders who joined K2 very recently. I'll just read what he said here. Kip said, so basically his rules here are follow the rules, and Shawn, just trade in the mornings with me. Follow the rules, not feelings. You know, the hard part is trading with discipline, not to take trades. He said to take smaller lots, but at a minimum, follow the rules and use proper risk. So always use proper risk, use smaller lots if necessary. And follow the rules always. His fourth step is to be patient. You know, don't rush anything. And for number 5, he says to repeat steps 1 through 4. Very simple, straight to the point. And that's all you guys really need to do to, you know, be profitable like everyone else here, especially Kip. So thanks for that, Kip. I'm going to add that to the group a little later once we get to that point. Yeah, if you guys are here in the Zoom, just pull up the messages. You guys can see the message that Kip put there. And then I will, I'll send this in the premium groups as well once I'm done with this session here. So, all right, I'm finally done with the questions here on the Zoom. I don't know if you're still here at Marcus. Are you still here? Let me just check real quick, bro. Because if you're not here, there's no point in me. I'm gonna see if Marcus is here on the live. If he's on the live, then there's no point in me analyzing it because he's the one that wants it. So I'll see if he's here. US 30 looks like it's about to hit. Steven, you should be pretty heavy in profit now. Your profits should be nice. All right, Marcus, cool. I'll take a look at GJ right now. So let me pull up GJ for you over here. Let's see, GJ. All right, so I'll analyze GJ from scratch here so that you guys can see exactly what I'm looking for on the chart. I'll just take everything off the chart. I have a naked chart here, and I'll show you guys how I analyze things from scratch. So I'll zoom out from here. Here's a naked chart for GJ. First thing I'm going to do is identify market structure. In order to do that, I turn on the K2SR indicator right here. I pull up the rectangle tool, draw this up right there, draw this up right there, draw this down right here. Are these overlapping? No, I'll just draw one big one right here because they overlap. Actually, this whole thing overlaps right here. Let's draw separate ones because they kind of overlap. Weird. All right. And all right, once I have these zones drawn up right here, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the K2SR indicator. And then you guys can see from this point, we have some perfectly drawn market structure, right? You can see price go from consolidation to breakout, consolidation to breakout, consolidation, breakout, et cetera, right? It's the same pattern over and over again. Consolidation, breakout, consolidation, breakout, consolidation, breakout. So looking at current price right here for GJ, it's not an area that I would want to trade in personally, Marcus. The reason for that is because it's at a resistance, right? It's at a resistance right here. So what could happen is price can reject off this point. Like it can easily just reject off this point and then bounce downwards from here, right? That's one thing that can happen here. Our bias here is a buy right now, but I want to enter this until it swings above here. Until it swings above here, I'm probably not going to look at anything here because you can easily reject off any of these points. If it does close above here, I'll probably push up. If it closes above here, then I'll probably push up even higher and et cetera. But I mean, you can see just looking at GJ right now, it's not really moving that smoothly at all. It's kind of just going sideways. It came up to here. Now it's probably just going to go sideways within the zone. So what I'd be looking for here is I'd be looking for this to actually break above here before I take these trades. Because the problem with this right here is there's three main areas of rejection, right? Price can reject off this point. Price can reject off this point. Or price can reject off this point. Last thing you want to do is enter a buy. And then I see when you enter a buy, it reverses right here. Or reverses from right here or right here, right? Because you can see there's different points where price is reversed from this area here. It reversed from right here. It reversed from right here. There's a lot of areas of rejection where price looks like it was going pretty strong. See this whole area right here? This whole zone right here is really strong. It's rejected from this point. It's rejected from this point. What makes you think it's not going to reject from this point right here, right? It's probably going to reject from this point again. It's just, I mean, it's pretty much in a big range right now. The range is this area right here. You can see price comes up, comes back down, comes back up, comes back down, and it'll just keep bouncing around this area. So for me personally, I wouldn't even mess with GJ right now just because of the area that it's in. Unless you're going for a quick scalp, you know, that'd be cool. But if you're going for a bigger move, there's just no point in entering the trade right here because there's so many zones within this area. You know, if you want to add more confluences, you can look over here. The trend meter is green, so this looks pretty solid for a buy, but it's not a very strong confirmation. Looking over here, turn on the pivots. Price is also swinging to the upside, but like I mentioned, even though everything's pointing towards the upside, the downside is that there's areas of reversal right here, and right here. So personally, I wouldn't trade GJ right now. I mean, I'd trade something else. So that's pretty much you know, what I see right here for GJ. There's just too many areas of rejection where it's where it could just easily, you know, shift from that point. Let's see, CT actually gave me a markup. All right, so this is CT's markup right here. He actually marked up on the 1 hour, pretty strong resistance point. It lined up with my 4 hour right here. So exactly like I was just mentioning, you know, this is probably a risky trade to take right now, Marcus. So I probably wouldn't take it. You know, he has the order blocks marked up around there too. So I would probably be careful. It's probably going to come right back down from where it currently is. So yeah, good to see that CT's markup lines up with mine. So I'm not too far off. All right. Other than that, let me see if I'm missing anything else over here. One question from Javid is asking, hi sir, can we get data for DAX 30 like US 30 on IG and CNBC? Yeah, you can. I mean, you can get this. I don't think you can get the stock index, but you can get the actual the average like this right here. You can just search up. Let me see if I can find it. Or when you go over here, just click on your EU right here, and then you'll have the DAX. So you click on that, and then there you have the DAX data right there. So DAX and JUR is the same thing. A DAX 30, JUR 30, it's the same thing. So if you click on that right there, you'll have the CNBC data. If you want to look for it on IG sentiment, you can just search up JUR 30, IG sentiment. I don't know if it's called JUR 30. Let's see. Yeah. So there you go, JUR 30 for the one that you're looking for, German DAX. Javid. Ian said his links aren't working. So Ian, message me on Telegram because I need to see what your username is. If you were a member in K2 before and like you canceled, then you might be banned from the group, or if you did a chargeback or anything like that. So just message me on Telegram so I can get your Telegram username. Because I tried to look you up, but I couldn't find you earlier. So just message me on Telegram and I'll try to find you here. And I'm gonna see if you're if I see you know, that you've been blocked for whatever reason. So Ian, just message me on Telegram and then I will check your username here because I couldn't find you on there. Yeah. All right. So let me go back over here real quick and see what else I'm missing. All right, cool. SSC tomorrow. Mrs. Brickhouse said if I can take a look at AU. So let me take a look at AU real quick. Looking over here at AU. So let's see. Looking at AU right here, it's really close to these. I mean, just looking at GJ, it's kind of the same situation. For this right here, it looks like it's really close to these zones right here. So it's kind of pushing up right now. It was currently a sell, and then it came all the way back up this morning with the unemployment news. So there was news this morning right here with unemployment. It was actually pretty much the same. Trade balance was positive. Trade balance was negative for US. So it's kind of going back and forth. Yeah, everything here I already have marked up. I have the zones marked up from earlier, so I just put them back up right there. There's actually a lot of zones that are kind of overlapping right here. So like for this one overlaps down here. And it's just, I mean, AU is just kind of messy right now. It's kind of, like a lot of the Forex pairs are just messy and they're just going sideways. But just looking at AU right here, it has the same situation as GJ. It's getting close to a lot of these zones right here. So it can easily bounce off this point, just come back down, or even up here, same situation over here, come back up here and then bounce down here as well. Because you just look back at previous data right here, like when's the last time that it bounced off this area? It literally just bounced off like yesterday right here. It also bounced off this area a couple days ago right here. And then this area above here, it's been bouncing off this area on the 15th, a couple weeks ago. So just looking at this area right here, I mean, AU's, all the Forex pairs are kind of messy right now. This is normally how it is during the summer. You know, there's a lot of low volatility, so it's not really moving directional at all. I was hoping that it would probably move with the news that came out earlier, but yeah, I mean, it's just a little too risky right now, Mrs. Brickhouse. I mean, I don't know if you're looking for a buy or a sell. I know we were in the sell earlier. It actually looked fine earlier. So if I was looking at it over here, this is where we entered it. We took the AU from yesterday right here. This is why I was hoping that it was probably going to hit again. But looking at this right here, I saw it move sideways. And then I figured, oh, it's probably going to reject off this point and then bounce down, right? But it didn't necessarily do that. It just bounced down. It just kept going up higher and higher. So this is what I was expecting. This is why we took the trade yesterday. But unfortunately, it didn't play out how we thought. And then during Lenin session, it just shot all the way up like that. So I would probably stay away from Forex pairs for the most part, guys. It's just too risky right now to be trading these, especially during these market conditions. When price starts to like break out to like the open areas, like over here, then this would be a nice entry. Or even if it broke out up to here, you know, this would be even nicer entry because you got the whole move from here all the way up here for about 60 or whatever pips. So I would personally just wait for price to nice. You got caught in the London shootout. Yeah, I mean, it happens sometimes, you know. Market is just, you guys can see, obviously, if you zoom out from here, it's just consolidating, right? This whole summer it's just been going sideways for the most part. You know, you go back to like over here in the spring, this is where you want to trade. You want to trade where price is actually moving, like where it's going up right here in February, or like over here in April where it's going straight down. Right now in the summer, it's kind of just going sideways. Not really too much movement. You can see since the 21st, it's kind of just going sideways for this entire time period. So like looking at this here, if we just measure it, it's been 18 days since prices barely moved like 30 pips. Like that's doesn't make sense for like a a US pair, right? US pairs generally move like 100 pips a week. This has barely moved like 30 pips in like, an entire week or so. I mean, it has a range right here. You can see the range up was like about 30, 40 pips, range down was a little bit more, but for the most part, the range up right here is barely been moving at all. So I would probably just hold off. David said, Shawn, is that a general rule to trade in the open areas? If you're applying the K2SR strategy, which is what I've been going over on the 4-hour, that's the actual requirement. You have to wait for it to go into an open, not necessarily an open area, but you need to trade. You basically want to trade when price gaps within these areas, right? So like, for example, here, see how price comes below and then see how it comes above right here. If you were to take this trade right here, you would ride it to the next zone up there, right? For about like 70 or 80 pips right there. And then same situation, if you were to take it the other way, see how price like breaks, it's above here, and then it breaks below here. You would trade it from this zone to basically this zone down here. You're just trading from zone to zone, basically. You're trading when price breaks the zone, you go above, price breaks the zone in the other direction, you ride it that way. Price breaks back above this way, you ride it this way. That's how the strategy works. So not necessarily. Yeah, exactly. So like, yeah, they're like ladders. You're reaching the next level. You're going from zone to the next zone. If you want to watch that strategy, David, it's on the website and explains it more in detail. But that's basically what we're looking for. We don't use all these extra indicators, but we just use them for extra confirmation. But you can see right here, when price breaks the zones, it just keeps pushing. It breaks the zone, comes down, breaks the zone, comes up, breaks the zone, comes down, et cetera, et cetera. Same with right here. You want to trade within these areas because these areas are considered rejection zones. So these are rejection points where price will be bouncing off any of these points. It can bounce off here, it can bounce off here. Last thing you want to do is get caught in some sort of reversal, right? So that's why you would you probably want to be careful when trading out, like trading within the zones or close to them, because they'd be considered some sort of rejection points. Yeah, no problem, Mr. Brickhouse. Glad I can help you with that. I wish I could be more help, but the Forex market is just it's messy, right? If you guys have seen our results for the week or for the year so far, you can see how like our Forex trades start to get smaller and smaller as we get closer to the summer. So looking at the results over here, yeah, so these are the Forex trades right here. So looking at the Forex trades, you can see last month we had about like 5 trades, barely any trades. June we had 7 trades, but they were all wins, so they were good. May we had 6 trades, we had 6 wins, 1 loss, very little. In April we had like 15 trades. March we had about 20 something trades. February we had about 30 trades. January we had about 40 trades, right? So you can see that the market tends to slow down in the summer. It's going to start to pick up again maybe September, October. That's why right now we're focused on scalping, because that's just what the market gives us at this point. Here, let's see if I missed anything else here. Let me check the chat. So I think that's it for the questions right now. Yeah, so how like Funny Talent's kind of going through some shit right now. Like Cheryl over here actually sent, so she said right here, the lead investigator for the Nova Scotia Securities Commission appreciates all the hard work to bring down funding talent. So it's nice to hear. So there's a lot of talk going on with funding talent right now. What happened was Cheryl got she was owed a payout of $86,000 and funding talent decided not to pay her. So now she reported them to the Nova Scotia Securities Commission and she created this huge campaign against them. So that's why they're kind of going through stuff right now. But I mean, we'll see what happens within the next couple of months or so. Larkin over here locked in a total of 1,202. Nice work, Larkin. Yeah, anything else? I think that's it for now. I don't see anything else. Yeah, Kip said, I'll add another number to my mentoring advice. If you can't do what Shawn does, do what Cheryl and Patricia and Tommy do. Exactly. Porter said, Shawn, sometimes I notice you double dip trades. When do you know when to do that? If bias is very strong in one direction, then I'll double dip on retracements. All right, cool. So I think that's it for for now, guys. I don't see any other questions here. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out on Telegram or email. I still have a lot of emails to get through, so I haven't gone through all of them yet. So if you guys want to reach out to me, feel free to reach out. But other than that, I think we're done for this session. So if you guys are still planning on trading today, I would recommend that you guys relax a bit. Let me see if Steven hit his TP. He should have hit his TP. Man, I don't understand why your profits are so little, Steven, because you said almost at TP, but your profits are so small. You should have been like way more if your entry was right here, because that's like a 400 pip move. Yeah, I mean, I hope that you reach your point there, but I'm not sure where your profits are sitting. So anyways, Joshua over here said done, caught a little profit while in the office today. Consistency is key. So Joshua locked in a total of 530 off one account. His other account over here locked in at the total of 1,210. Nice work, Joshua. Congrats. All right, cool. So I think that's it for right now. I don't see anything else here. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys back here for tomorrow's live session. Ian, I'll take a look at your account right now to make sure that it's not misspelled. But other than that, I think you guys are pretty much done. So yeah, guys, have a great rest of your morning. If you guys decide to trade this morning, make sure to use lower lot sizes or use proper risk, because it is still risky. Keep in mind that Fed member Waller is probably still speaking right now. So tomorrow's NFP, guys, tomorrow's gonna be super crazy. I don't know if I'm gonna trade tomorrow. If I see something really good, I'll take it. If not, then I'm probably just gonna sit out the market. But I'll probably be here for the live session just to hang out with you guys, catch the breakout if possible. But other than that, I will see you guys here tomorrow. And if you guys haven't already, if you guys can like the YouTube stream on your way out, that'll definitely help us continue to find people who want help trading. And I can continue to keep coming on these live sessions and giving you guys more information every single day. So other than that, catch you guys tomorrow. And I'll see you guys in the Telegram